Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
You should give your family the gift that they would always want for the holidays, a subscription to patreon.com/House of Decline. There, for only $3 a month, you'll get 30 comics a month for $3 a month. And for extra $5, not extra $5, for $5, for an extra $2, you get podcast bonus episodes. And we have tiers. They go all the way up to heaven. Heaven is specifically $25 a month, where you get commissions from me, Artie Artberg, who is the true creative voice and direction behind House of Decline. Artie Artberg, that's my name.
So Artie, you said two more than three.
Two more than three.
Now let's get into the math on that, because when it comes to monthly subscriptions, everyone has been bombarded, lately by the Netflix, HBO, Paramount Plus.
Monthly dildo payments. You get your dildo of the month club.
Well, my favorite is Peacock.
Oh, you subscribe to NBC's Peacock.
I just love that they took a great word, peacock, and are trying to shove it into everyone's fucking homes.
Well, yeah, we like Peacock. I was a copywriter for years, and let me tell you, we love Peacock because it's dirty. But you can say it. It's two dirty words together, pee and cock, and you can put them together. That was the brilliance of the NBC mascot, is they found a way to put cocks in the mind of everyone. And that's what we're really doing with advertising.
Is NBC the network of Christmas?
Well, I think Disney's the network of Christmas, being the one that's most closely tied with Christian values.
Oh, come on.
I guess not anymore. I guess, since Eisner, they've been Artie Artberg values, If you can guess what religion I'm from, you're not supposed to say what religion I'm from. I'm a Jewish guy. That's what it is,
So anyway, Disney versus NBC. The war
in terms of Christmas.
The war on Christmas continues. On Tucker, do you really think Disney is gonna back down?
Yeah, on the war on... So is Disney fighting for the war on Christmas or against the war on... I thought Disney was against the war on Christmas,
right.
according...
Yeah.
Disney is promoting the war on Christmas.
They're fighting the war on Christmas.
On which side? Christmas or secularism?
I think secularism, right?
Okay, yeah.
Right? And the defenders is NBC?
Yeah, NBC with their highly Christian shows like 30 Rock. Very deeply Christian show.
Let's get into Christmas.
Or Community.
You come from a mixed background, right?
Yes, I'm mixed of two different white stock, if it's like white on white, it's like a Kazimir Malevich painting.
So you were during the holidays, you're forced to celebrate both Hanukkah and Christmas.
Yeah. Hanukkah's really funny, as Artie Artberg would say.
Yeah.
Because it's a loser holiday. It's a garbage holiday. It's a nothing holiday that got promoted to, prime Jewish holiday status. You're talking the S-tier Jewish holidays. You're talking Yom Kippur. You're talking Rosh Hashanah. You're talking Pesach. Those are the biggies. Those are like the big four thrash bands of Jewish holidays. I guess we'll include Purim because that's the fun one. That's the Halloween one as well. And then you got little Hanukkah, who he's not Anthrax. He's not Slayer. He's not Metallica. He's not Megadeth. What is he? He is Cinderella. The Cinderella of Jewish holidays. The lesser tier glam band of Jewish holidays gets promoted because it happens to coincide with this pagan-ass festival of lice. That's what I call it, the festival of lice.
Do you always get Chinese food on Christmas, or because you're half Christian, do you split it? Do you split them? Is that you have a turkey and then the sides is all Chinese food? What do you do?
Well, I actually had a plan. I moved to Hong Kong one time because I figured on Christmas there they would want Jewish food, but they ate some matzo balls and they were like, "Look, man, our food is like way better than this. You're gonna have to do much better."
Say that.
What,
Matzo
Chinese
balls
food is
are
better than
great.
Jewish food? Matzo balls are fine. I like matzo balls. They're delicious. They hold, but it's like the most basic flavors on earth. Like this. They're kids like matzo ball soup because it's really bland, as I liked it as a kid.
Have you ever tried pumpkin spice matzo ball soup?
That's a good fall. That's a good fall recommendation. What if they made the matzo balls out of the pumpkin spice?
Hey, have you ever tried matzo ball eggnog?
Matzo ball eggnog.
Maybe what I'm trying to get at is maybe the fusion. You know, inside you, half Jew, half Catholic.
Yeah.
You can bring the flavors. Hey, have you ever thought about this? Cinnamon noodle kugel? Does it already have cinnamon in it?
Do you think redneck Jews are called matzahs instead of crackers?
As opposed to yes, indeed.
We're a bunch of goddamn crazy redneck Jews. We're celebrating Hanukkah. We're reading the Talmud. You know, we're going side to side. We're eating gators because gators are kosher. That's what Rabbi blessed my gator. Rabbi blessed my fan boat. You know, this bit is going nowhere.
I was
Jewish
thinking
redneck.
about how is it. So what's the deal with Advent? Can you explain that? Do you know anything about that?
Advent came from a tradition in England where you would go around looking into the windows of various people, a window for each day of the year, hoping to see a nude lady, because that would be your Christmas present. It's Advent. I hope I see a nude lady. You know, that's how they talked in England.
Okay, so enough of just jibber jabber. What say we get into the show? You know?
Oh yeah, get into the
show.
bulk of the show. Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
gonna start the show. I hope everyone's having a very Merry Christmas or a very mediocre what did you say? Is it F tier, C tier holiday?
S tier.
It's no
S tier. S is the best one because it stands for
so
special.
Hanukkah's not S tier. It's one below.
Hanukkah's a C tier holiday.
C tier. Oh, it's 3 or 4 below. What day of Hanukkah is today?
It is Chapabo, which is the official stretching of the penis.
Oh.
Women, they couldn't do it. I shouldn't say women. People that don't have penises, they couldn't do it.
They can't do
that. They weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to do that. But we've simulated. We give them a fruit by the foot, and they slowly unravel it.
The organic fruit by the foot.
The organic fruit by the foot. Yeah.
Good. That fruit leather is really just all sugar. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
But still, it's good. I love fruit leather. That's a good stocking stuffer. And I guess you guys are doing another kind of stuff.
Are you like you're the Rob Halford of delicious snacks? You were hell bent for fruit leather. Is that what you're saying? He was hell bent for fruit leather. I'll tell you that much.
Fruit by the foot is not really fruit, though, is it?
It says it is. It is certainly made from fruit concentrates.
That was a big deal for me. Fruit by the foot, you know.
Really? Why was it a big deal?
Well, I was trying to get my hands on it.
By the yeah.
Like if I had any money, I'd be like, well, this money's useless, but you know what I can get with it? It's fruit, fruit by the foot.
Yeah. I mean, it's what other snack has a length measurement in its name except for 1-inch Charlies. I love my 1-inch Charlies.
Not many other snacks are like a bully weapon. And that
yes, you can whip people with your fruits by the foot,
and then you can like eat it, and you're like, I'm eating the evidence.
Yeah, more edible weapons. Yeah, people think an icicle is a good murder weapon because it melts, but there's still your fingerprints on that water. People don't know is your fingerprints are still all over that water. So
yeah, they
forget about it.
Because if they just collect the water and refreeze it, your fingerprint will be right there.
Yeah,
it remembers.
I killed someone with the silica gel packets that say "do not eat," and then I eat them. Eat the evidence, and it's fine,
You eat the person?
No, I eat the silica gel
Oh,
packets.
I thought you meant you like ate the whole person.
I guess that's sort of like the benefit of being a cannibal. A cannibal is like you can always eat the evidence, you know.
I guess the hard part is the bones. But as I learned from Netflix, what you do with the bones is you put them in a bag and you get a sledgehammer and you make it into dust. You turn them. You
pulverize them.
You turn the darn bones into dust, and then
we're turning the darn bones into dust over there.
It's hard to see a bone fragment and immediately know it's from a human. Okay, and
that bone fragment could be from anywhere.
And then you just take a lesson from the guys who were digging tunnels in Germany in World War II to get out of the camps and such. It took real American know-how to dig a tunnel out of the German camps. So it's too bad you fellas didn't realize that. With the lack of tunnel digging, you know. But you put the bones in your pockets, and then you slowly just shuffle around, and the dust falls down your leg, the human bone dust, while you're walking around the
Here's
town,
my plan.
And nobody notices where you're disguising the bone dust.
The bone dust. Traditionally giants of yore used it to make their bread. Grind one's bones to make their bone bread. I would like some delicious bone bread.
Who are you, Roald Dahl?
Sure. I'm Roald Dahl.
You're doing Roald Dahl bits?
I'll do Roald Dahl bits. What if that? Oh, it's me, Roald Dahl. I love children like a lot of British people love children as well. I'm not a nonce.
What? He wasn't a nonce.
Roald Dahl definitely wasn't a nonce. I don't know where any of you are getting that idea from, that Roald Dahl, fucked children. He didn't do that.
No, you're confusing him with Lewis Carroll.
Yes, that is true. Lewis Carroll, that's not a bit. He was a pederast.
Okay, so what's on the plate?
So here's talk on the bones, on the issue of bones.
Yeah.
You gave me a brilliant idea of how I would be a serial killer, like a Gacy style serial killer.
Uh-huh.
What I would do is I would only kill guys under 5'2". I would only kill guys under 5'2", and then I would bury them in my backyard. But I would also next to them bury a UFO. So that when the like a UFO that I made myself, but I'd dress it to the nines, I'd give it a bunch of wires and stuff.
UFO.
Very convincing UFO. And then when the bodies are discovered, I'll be like, oh, these are aliens. Oh, these are the alien skeletons. Look, there's a UFO right there. Look how short they are. These have to be aliens,
It's a very convincing voice.
Yeah, and that's the voice that I would use. That's the voice of someone who does. I couldn't possibly be a murderer. This is too wacky a voice for a murderer.
And the police would think it's UFOs.
Yeah, the police would think it's UFOs. They're all talking like that as well.
Yeah, do the police guy saying he.
Yeah, well, you seem like a trustworthy guy. This definitely is. All the evidence is pointing to UFOs right here. We would say it's circumstantial, but it's overwhelming. Yeah, who kills this many short guys? You wouldn't kill short guys. These are definitely gray aliens. Look at their big eye sockets.
Yeah, you can tell by the wounds that they died in a UFO crash.
Yeah. Not
in a methodical serial killer type manner.
Yeah, not from fucking them with the spike dildo from Seven, with the spike penis prosthetic from Seven. Not doing that. That's not how it happened at all. And you wouldn't be able to tell because they're just bones, so you wouldn't be able to see all the butthole trauma.
You can tell butthole trauma from bones now.
That was the episode of Bones. I remember that episode of Bones. This pelvis is telling the cracks around this pelvis is telling me there was a lot of butthole trauma.
The ass speaks to me. It speaks to me, and it says it suffered butthole trauma.
Generational butthole trauma.
Wait, what? Is that what's coming after the Zoomers? Generation butthole trauma?
Generational butthole trauma?
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry
I don't
guys,
know.
fucking girls. And
yeah, the bulk of the show. We're at to the bulk of the show, which is, as every good Christmas-themed podcast must do, we're doing a parody of The Christmas Carol, classic book by Charles Peniskins.
I've only seen Muppet versions.
You've only seen the Muppet versions of various Charles Dickens books?
I've only ever seen Muppet versions of anything.
Oh, yeah.
All my Western canon, the Western canon.
Yeah.
All of that I only know from Muppets. Muppet Treasure
War
Island.
and Peace. Yeah.
Muppet Treasure War.
Muppet Tropic of Capricorn. So what if these Muppets were very overtly sexual? Anything is enhanced with Muppets. Put the Muppets into any situation. What if they were in Saving Private Ryan and Kermit had just been, shot between the eyes and he was going, morphine, please give me morphine, please.
Muppet D-Day, that's a good one.
Yeah, Muppet D-Day. Yeah, you have a Muppet carrying their arm in the haze.
Fucking Eisenhower, okay, man. Kermit's smart, dude. You're saying he'd be some measly schmuck. He's
Eisenhower?
He's often officer stock at the very minimum.
Eisenhower was, you've seen that picture of him doing a gay little pose, right?
Yeah, it's widely known Eisenhower was a closeted gay man. That's why he's so good at organizing.
There you go,
That's why Roosevelt picked him. Marshall wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But Marshall was the smart one, and so Roosevelt was like, "No, I'm saving you you're gonna save my ass."
Yeah, Ike was fashion. War is really all about knowing what to put where. And when you think about it, that's really all designing an outfit is like, really.
Christmas is the perfect time to discuss D-Day.
Yeah. It happened on D-Day. It was called D-Day because it was called Das Santa Claus. It was short for Das Santa Claus invasion.
So the scene, let's set the scene. I hereby am Ebenezer.
Yeah, you're Ebenezer Stephen.
I'm Ebenezer Stephen, and you are what are you?
You're gonna be visited by the 5 ghosts of poorly improvised past. They're all from the past. There is no future.
I'm being visited from the 5 ghosts of improv bits.
Here are 5 ghosts of improv bits from Christmas past. Because as Adam Curtis pointed out, we have no vision of the future. We don't even have a vision of the present. So we are hearkening back to old times of nostalgia. And you're gonna get a lot of different broad, wacky voices who are ghosts. In the original book, people think of the 3 ghosts, but there's really 4 ghosts. There's the introductory ghost right at the beginning, his old guy.
I'm getting a memory. You're stimulating a lost memory. I'm uncovering a memory from my childhood right now.
Mm-hmm.
My God. I've also seen a stage production of Scrooge.
Yeah.
My God. I just remembered.
I've never seen an actual Christmas Carol. Not even a Muppet Christmas Carol, but I have seen Scrooged. So I get the gist. So you're a rich guy and you're like a real piece of shit, Right. You're like
but I am Christian though. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Am I Jewish coded? Is Ebenezer Jewish coded? Is that why he's so tight with money?
Well, if he was Jewish coded, he probably wouldn't come around in the end. He would probably still be, Dickens's Jewish characters were guys like Fagin,
I don't want to perpetuate a Jewish stereotype. Charles Dickens.
Ebenezer is not a very Jewish name.
Sure?
He had to change his name from Scroogewitz, from Scroogewitz to Scrooge. Yeah.
Okay. So Ebenezer Scrooge, played by Jon Stewart.
Yeah. Why are you so ashamed of your heritage, son?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we're in the clear. We're not doing an anti-Semitism, right?
There's nothing about A Christmas Carol that can be read as anti-Semitism, except in the original book, there is the character Jaime, who's constantly biting children and sucking the blood of children.
Well,
that gets cut out. You're not going to see that in the Patrick Stewart Christmas Carol, where he plays all the parts. There's actually a cut scene because he was, Patrick Stewart commits to the bit. He's like, I think we should include Jaime in this production of the Christmas Carol.
This is what I want for the audience. Picture me like my Ebenezer Stephen is like a Kevin Costner. type character, okay? Really
yeah.
manly and strong, and I'm riding a horse, and now I'm being visited by a Christmas bit.
Yeah, well, you fall off your horse. You fall off your horse, Christopher Reeve style.
Shit.
And you're lying on the ground.
I'm
It's
fucking
Christmas.
paralyzed. It's
Christmas. You're fucking paralyzed, and you're visited by the ghost of paralysis past. And this is like the living embodiment of paralysis, and he represents all the paralyses throughout the years. And he sounds a little like this. Hello, I'm the ghost of paralysis past. I see you have a spinal injury, Ebenezer Stephen.
Wow, you sound like the son I don't talk to anymore.
Your son talks like this because this is how gay people talked in 1800s Victorian England.
It is? By golly, I figured it was something like that. I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, that's how you could tell.
Well,
Everyone was talking like this. That's how you would proposition people. You'd go to the local gay pub, because they don't have bars in England, they have pubs. You'd go to the gay pub, you'd go to a game of dickory dice. That's what the game all the gays played, was dickory dice. And you'd go, oh boy, I'd like to suck your cock. Oh boy. And but you had to do it really quietly, because there were sodomy laws. You couldn't, they took Alan Turing, they chemically castrated Turing, that was in the 50s, so you can imagine what it was like in the 70s.
Wow.
And, the reason I became the ghost of paralysis past is because I was sucking dick so good that I was paralyzing people.
you really explained a whole lot of background. Thank you, Ghost of Paralysis Past.
But you need a lot of backstory in order to, my inevitable disappearance will be sadder for it.
So how bad is it?
How bad is your paralysis? It's not bad at all.
Oh,
you can get up. You can walk around. I only visited you because I wanted to offer to suck your cock.
I'm very stingy in that way too. I never let anyone suck
I suck it really good. I'll suck it so good.
No.
I will paralyze you. I will Christopher Reeve you from sucking your dick too good.
I'm too stingy,
You know how you arch your back when you getting your dick sucked real good? I'll make you arch your back like the goddamn Arc de Triomphe.
No. See, I'm too stingy. I never release anything. So I never even I never have an orgasm. I deprive myself of that because I'm too stingy.
Are you telling me you've never come once in your life?
Never. I never will. I never want to experience pleasure. The only pleasure I like is riding my horse, which is named Gallopin' John, and I also like stacking bills. Okay, I like getting paper.
So you're using terms that are from rap lingo.
I like listening to hip hop while I do it. Okay, is that a problem?
Yes, everyone knows that hip hop was started in Victorian England.
What?
They
What?
Whalebone corsets. They were rapping. They were doing the raps about whalebone corsets. They were saying, I've got these forceps, whalebone corsets, taking you out, get my lanthanum gorguts. They also had the band Gorguts back then.
Oh, that's
so they
nice.
were making Gorguts references.
That's kind of like a noisy metal band, right?
Yeah, but it was a tough time. They were having a lot of death in Victorian England. A very death-obsessed culture. So Gorguts really hit the zeitgeist.
Yeah, were they having death because of all the industrialization?
All the industrialization and all of the dick-sucking paralysis that was going on. It wasn't just me who discovered this.
Well, that must have been a really sad time for you, Mr. Ghost.
Yeah, it was a sad time. Here's something I want to show you. You've never come in your life. Let's go to the window of your employee, Bob Cratchit. Look at him. He's jacking off, and he's having a great time. He doesn't have a dime in the world, but he's jacking off.
Oh, yeah, that's good. No, because I pay him to do that, because he makes even more money because people watch him. Yeah, he's one of my employees.
Oh, so you have your stable of boys. That's how you made your bones in this
they're
story.
Called sex workers. It's called the stable of sex workers, okay?
Oh, right, yeah. Well, back in my day, back in the Ghost of Christmas Paralysis past, we called them a stable of boys.
And it's just boys. Well, I employ anybody that'll do it, okay? Over 18, everything's fine. You can pay for it. It's called OnlyFans.
Yeah, but this is 1800s England, so you don't need to be as worried about this age of consent thing.
I thought this was
it's not as much of a problem.
in Yellowstone National Park. I'm Kevin Costner.
It's a loose reality. It's a loose reality. You can be in two places. I mean, the Christmas Carol is known for its time-bending time magic. You know, what if he, and it's English too, so really all of the ghosts are Doctor Who's. That's really, Charles Dickens's was just being visited by a series of Doctor Who's throughout his life.
Whoever owns the media property Doctor Who is the most powerful company in the world because they can go in and explain anything. Like, imagine Star Wars takes a turn for the worse. Mm-hmm. What's the easiest way to get out of that for Disney?
Well, it's Doctor Who.
It was a bunch of Doctor Who's.
Yeah.
And every single one of those characters was a different Doctor Who. And so we can just sort of reset. Because that was actually Doctor Who. So now we'll do a real Star Wars sequel.
Too many Doctor Who. Well, if Doctor Who is like an infinitely lived, infinitely regenerating alien, then, maybe the entire population, maybe everyone is Doctor Who, Maybe we're all the same Doctor Who, living our lives. That actually brings me, this is the ghost of Doctor Who's past. This is just my regular speaking voice.
Ghost number 2. Old Ebenezer Stevens gonna get out of this one. I already beat Ghost number 1. On to
you learned the lesson of Ghost number 1, which was that you can jack off even if you don't have money.
I didn't learn that.
And that's good.
Haha, I'm winning. Ebenezer 1, Ghost
by
0.
by the end of tonight, Ebenezer Steven, you will come.
I am not learning a single lesson. This is my story. I'm not giving my money or semen to anyone.
Look, ghosts. You may think that the ghost of Doctor Who's past is the substitute teacher of the ghost. You can just do what you want. You can pour water down his pants. You can put thumbtacks under his nails. You can lace his boots to the tip of his penis, and, when he puts his leg down, you can say, why are you kicking yourself in the dick? Why are you kicking yourself in the dick over and over again?
Sticky burning stuff?
You can do sticky burning stuff. You can get Doctor Who. You can put half your body in the time machine and then half outside of it. Then you get cut in half, but one half of your body is in the dinosaurs, and the other half is here. So many ways. But yeah. I think what I really want to emphasize to you as the ghost of Doctor Who's past is to be more like Doctor Who, beloved by the autistic, because they are the angels. They are the true angels, right?
The angels? Aren't the angels those evil Doctor Who robots, actually, though?
There are a couple of angels in Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. There are the weeping angels. That's from Doctor Who's past, that's for sure. And there's also angels that cause problems on a replica version of the Titanic. That's also from Doctor Who's past. There's several problems there. And let's not forget about the farting angels in Doctor Who. That was from one of the earlier wankier series. When Doctor Who was a bit wanky.
Yeah, before Doctor Who became like a dark, brooding, like I am vengeance Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who kept saying, I am the night, I am the Who. Why didn't they ever do a show where Doctor Who met the Who? And they were all like, we really appreciate you. We really like what you do. I guess that's not... How did Pete Townsend talk? Oh, I'm Pete Townsend. Oh, I'm a British guy that likes child pornography. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so funny like when
Wallace. Yeah, he talks like Wallace.
He's cracking child pornography, Gromit.
Yeah. And his Gromit is just Keith Moon.
Yeah. That's how Keith Moon talked.
Okay.
Oh, Keith Moon, I'll bang the drum. Sweet. I would go on Doctor Who and bang the drum.
Ebenezer wins again. This must be the ghost of Christmas the Who.
Here's a ghost of Christmas the Who. We do rock and roll. There's a Keith Moon. I'm drinking. I'm sucking dick until you get paralyzed. I'm the ghost of Doctor Who.
Yeah, Keith Moon was known to brag about the amount of drugs he could do, including the fact that he could suck 20 dicks without getting paralyzed.
Yeah, the best drugs on earth is the non-paralysis tick-tocking. That's my cave moon. I grab the penises and I make the rhythms with the penises. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I love Jane Krupa and Buddy Rich. I like them both and I use their penises.
Yeah, why was for a while every drummer from England the dumbest guy? Like it was like a competition between bands to see who could get the dumber guy.
The dumber drummer.
Yeah.
Well, it's me, John Bonham, and I am here with my sticks, and I will bang my sticks.
And then who is even worse than that? Like the XTC drummer was like really dumb. He could only play like on. He had to have giant numbers like flashing so he would remember to play 4 times in a measure. You know.
Yeah. Let's not forget about the drummer for Blur was actually, he was actually that way. If you want to get into it.
What do you mean that way?
That way. You can't say it anymore. You can't say the words
you can't
anymore.
Say the word of what way he is.
Yeah. Well, because of the old euphemism treadmill. So, all of the words for it eventually become insults. So I'm bowing out of it. I'm not dealing with that anymore. Oh, by the way, it's the ghost of Doctor the Who's past, because it's easier for me to talk this way. So the ghosts are going to come back, they're characters.
No, I thought I beat each ghost like a level.
You don't beat them like a level. This isn't a video game. This is real goddamn life. You get visited by ghosts multiple times.
I get visited by ghosts in Dwarf Fortress. If I don't remember to build a coffin or engrave a memorial slab for any dead dwarves.
That's what you got to do, or else you get ghosts. That's why we have tombstones. You thought tombstones didn't have any utility? No, they're ghost preventers. You say their name, ghost is gone. Which is why I'm gonna get a pseudonym on my tombstone so I can ghost it up.
You want to be a ghost? I guess you're already a ghost, dummy.
Yeah, I'm 5 ghosts.
Okay, so we're the ghost of Doctor The Who.
Yeah, we've combined the ghosts of we've combined the ghosts of the Who's past and ghosts of Doctor Who, the ghost of Doctor Who's past to have the ghost of Doctor The Who's past. I should be English because The Who and Doctor Who are both English, but no, I have an American accent. I'm an Anglophile, which means I'm very sexually attracted to the English people. I like getting a nobby. I like getting a nobbiness. That's what they call it when they suck your dick to the point of paralysis.
It is getting
a little nobbiness.
It is weird to think that there's people who are Anglophiles.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
George Takei is an Anglophile.
What the fuck is going on there?
Ooh, I love England. They have such wonderful stables of boys.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
They have great stables of boys, yeah.
Why do the English keep their boys in stables anyway?
Have a mill in about. Gotta have a mill about.
You can feed them easier.
Yeah, if they're all together, you don't have to go down.
You can throw Fruit Loops on the ground, and they just eat it up. Eat it right off the ground. They wear diapers.
Sure, yeah.
Change the diapers once a week. They're good.
Yeah, this is Nonce Land. You've seen the movie Copland. Well, what if this were Nonce Land?
So you're saying England is where pedophiles come from?
Yeah, actually, that's where all the pedophiles come from, is from England. There are no pedophiles in any other country. They're all UK exports.
I kind of believe it.
You've heard their songs. Nonce, twice, 3 times a lady. Mm-hmm. Actually, in the original Grimm's fairy tales, Mother Goose's fairy tales, it was nonce upon a time. That's what they would say, because you got to prepare the kids early.
Grim.
Yeah, it is grim. They were grim.
That's
fairy tales.
Grim of them.
Yeah, they in the modern, because how fairy tales were fucked up in the past. How Cinderella they cut off their heels in order to fit in the shoes.
Yeah, Cinderella
the
eventually stabs herself in the eye a couple of times.
Yeah.
Of all things.
Yeah, she gives a Colombian necktie to the fairy godmother.
Of course, everyone knows and remembers the Colombian necktie where you split someone's penis in half and then make a necktie out of it for them.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's what that is.
We've covered that in the show.
Oh, yeah.
We've covered the Colombian necktie. Am I still on Doctor Who, the Doctor Who ghost? Can I ask you when your
this
ghosting
is
session
Alex.
Up? Can I
this
ask
is,
you, sir?
It's a fluid ghosting. You think ghosts come and go as you please?
Sir,
no,
can you make
they are
way?
creatures of ethereal boundaries.
Make way, sir. Your ghosting time must soon be drawing nigh.
And here's the ghost of Australia's past.
Oh,
Here to
no.
fuck you up. We're going to
Yay.
put a shrimp on the Christmas barbie.
I love
I'm the
shrimp.
fun ghost. Yeah, we love shrimp. You're not going to learn any lessons with me. You're going to get even worse. You're gonna get even more racist and deplorable and homophobic. But secretly, you'll be very gay, like the ghost of Australia's past.
Damn. You know, I've always wanted to visit Australia, but then I learned about New Zealand, and it seems so much better.
Oh, fuck that shit. The only reason why they should have made Dune in Australia, the only reason why they love New Zealand so much is because everyone thinks they're going to get their fucking dick sucked. They're going to get their wally wonged by a goddamn hobbit. You know, that's what they call it down there, that you get your wally wonged.
Because of the wallabies, right?
Yeah, because of the wallabies, you know,
Do they fuck the wallabies in New Zealand?
They don't fuck the wallabies. Wallabies will suck each other's dicks.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
they're one of nature's gayest animals.
Yeah,
the wallaby.
I thought penguins were that. I thought
They
penguins
were
were...
penguins also very gay.
Yeah.
If you got all the gay animals together, you get the wallabies, you get the penguins.
Aren't most monkeys gay too?
No. It's monkeys. Monkeys are pure hetero energy. You know, they're pure straight energy. That's why Joe Rogan uses them as his symbol. You know, because
He uses the monkey symbol?
yeah, he loves monkeys. He's always talking about monkeys. He's like, these monkeys are so manly. You know, I wish I could be. If you could teach a monkey how to work out the natural musculature of the chimpanzee, you know, talking a lot about the natural musculature of the
Chimpanzee's an
chimpanzee.
ape. I'm not talking about apes.
Oh, you're talking about, mate, you're talking
Apes
about,
are-
like...
Apes are gay the same amount as humans, which is like, what, 15, 20%?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like 50%.
It's like
50, 70%.
Would you say 50% of apes are gay?
Yeah,
Including
50% of
humans?
apes are gay. Yeah,
Including
that's a
humans.
common fact.
Okay.
You know, it's just one of those things that you learn when you're a kid. Like 2/3 of your body is made of water. 50% of apes are gay. You know, it's just a fact of nature.
We recently stated 2/3 of your body is made out of milk.
Well,
can't-
maybe
We
you.
can't contradict. I hope, because I don't want to be visited by the ghost of House of Decline episodes of past.
You don't want to be visited by the ghost of Christmas milk. That guy. That guy's freaky.
Why the fuck does Santa like milk so much, huh? You ever thought about that?
Who likes milk?
Santa.
Who says Santa likes milk? Because he's what? So are you saying like Santa's a titty boy?
Yeah.
Santa wants to suck on some titties.
Yeah.
Titty boy Santa Claus. That's what. Instead of leaving out cookies and milk, we should leave out a fresh set of titties for Santa Claus.
Yeah, he's a perv, dude.
He's just motorboating all the time. It's like the one thing that Santa Claus, he says, "Oh ho ho, the only thing that I want for Christmas is to motorboat Miss Claus." And he does that motorboating motion.
That's
and that's
very
always
good. That's a very good approximation of what it would have been like. That's why his nose is so red.
He's always motorboating, you know, to the point of friction. Very intense friction amongst on the titties.
I also think Santa Claus probably snorts Adderall.
Oh yeah, you gotta snort Adderall in order to do your rounds for the night. You know, you have to visit millions of children. You know, if Adderall were around back in Jimmy Savile's day, you know, he would be snorting it. Because he had to also visit millions of children, yeah?
I'm pretty sure exactly.
No,
that.
he died right before commercial Adderall was
Okay,
available
but
in
they
England. You know,
had-
and thank God he did, because if he had the energy, he would have nonced his way across the globe.
The English certainly had amphetamines in the early 60s. Let me tell you that.
They thought they were amphetamines, but what they actually were Wallywongas.
How else do
which
you
were-
explain the Beatles, okay? They had amphetamines.
They more than amphetamines, they had pure stick-to-itiveness. I don't think
right.
you're underestimating the stick-to-itiveness. That's really the factor, the big factor in all of Australia, which is what my name for the world, because the world is Australia. The Earth, Australia, synonymous. It goes Mercury, Venus, Australia, Mars.
You ever feel bad that Australia's never had the cultural impact that Great Britain or Canada have had?
Go fuck yourself. AC/DC, Tame Impala, Eric Bana. Fuck you. We've got lots of exports, cultural exports. The Chats. Everyone likes the Chats. They say smoko like we do.
You ever really listen to AC/DC though? I mean, come on.
Yeah. You don't like songs about rockin'? You don't like songs where they say the genre of the music repeatedly in the song? I like that.
Maybe I would like jazz more if they did
if they were going jazz all jazz all the time.
Yeah, no sleep. We jazz all night.
If instead they were scatting, they just said jazz all the time, like jazzity, jazz, 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 jazz. We're doing jazz now. Have a jazz time.
Maybe it should be. Maybe the reason why jazz never took off again is because it's not like a 2-word thing, like rock and roll. Jazz.
Oh yeah, or like hip and hop.
Yeah, hip and hop. What if it's jazz and jizz?
Jazz and jizz?
Yeah.
Well, now, guess what? Guess what, Ebenezer Stephen? We've got jizzing on your mind now. Yeah. We did it. 4 ghosts in. 4 ghosts in, and now you've got jizzing on the mind. Now you're jazzing jizzing all over the place. So I think what we got to do is we got to leave it on to the 5th ghost. The 5th ghost is coming, and it's the ghost of Christmas jazz. How you doing? It's the ghost of Christmas jazz past, and you're listening to a fine jazz improvised session. It's like a hot cup of coffee. It's like a screwdriver in your navel. You're twisting it around. You're twisting. It feels good. You feel it on the inside of your tummy, and it feels like it's almost going to pierce you, but then it doesn't, and then you feel like a god. That's Christmas jazz past. What do you know?
I'm so glad you're here, Ghost of Christmas Jazz. Because that is, in fact, my favorite thing to listen to on Christmas is some nice, soft, improvised jazz. Like, you could put on Bill Evans, you could put on Charlie Hayden and Kenny Barron.
Yeah, well, I guess those are jazz musicians, but what about Led Zeppelin?
Oh, they're great. They're
the greatest jazz musicians of all time.
Well, I mean, they are the kings of music, which means they in fact have a stake of ownership in every single kind of genre.
Yeah, they own 3% of dubstep, which didn't pay dividends for them because it eventually went the way of the dodo. It was too aggressive. It was too raw. But here's the thing with jazz. Jazz will never die, baby. Jazz will go on forever. Because jazz is the rhythm of the universe, okay? It is the rhythm of Australia. Which, as we've established, is Earth.
You're really harping on Australia a lot. Ghosts.
They're weird guys. They're weird guys in Australia. Well, I'm done with this bit. I've done the 5 ghosts. Christmas jazz isn't going anywhere.
Let's see. Let me do a roundup. What did I learn? Did I learn my?
What
lesson?
did you learn? Did you jizz in the end, Ebenezer Stephen?
I did accidentally.
There you go. That's all. That's all. That's all we got.
No,
and did you see release?
I've given away a part of myself. No, my thousands of potential babies. No.
Oh, that's why you weren't jizzing, is because you believe every sperm is sacred.
Of course. I'm Catholic, Ebenezer Stephen.
All right. Yes, that's why you're so stingy. The famous stingy Catholics.
They are stingy. They are with their sperms. Stingy
yeah.
with their sperms. Stop retaining it.
Well, I don't know. Your sperms are going to die anyway. Wouldn't you rather die, free, on the outside in a napkin, looking at the stars?
Let's do some more ghosts.
Let's have some more ghosts. Hi, Jesus, me is the ghost of Christmas Rodney. Hi, I'm Rodney, the ghost of Christmas Rodney. I'm also the ghost of Christmas myself,
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, I can't remember the plot or the details in any kind of even vague way of Ebenezer Scrooge or Christmas Carol. I have no.
Oh, here's what you gotta know. Ebenezer Scrooge is a Jew.
Basically, right? Don't they Jew code him?
No,
It's
he's not Jew coded. He learns that Christianity is the best in the end. And
does one of the ghosts show him Jesus?
Yeah, that's you don't remember that part of the Christmas Carol where they see the bevy of crosses and he sees the suffering eyes of the Lamb of Hosts.
It'd be cool if a Christmas Carol just turns into Passion of the Christ. That'd be really funny. We should make that version.
You know what? A Christmas Carol that turns into virulent Christian propaganda. We already have that. It's called A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Really? You really think that?
Oh yeah, Peanuts was definitely Christian propaganda. It was good Christian propaganda, and Charles Schultz was, he by all evidence, he was a good dude who truly believed in what he said. But yeah, he wanted to push Christianity on people, and he did it with his cute little characters.
As Charlie Brown knows, the commercialization. I think it was more anti-commercialization. That was the message.
It was Linus gives the whole speech. He says, and that's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. He gives a whole speech from the Bible about the nativity. And that's the big moment in it.
I think it was like a secular nativity.
We need a secular Peanut. We need a Jewish Peanuts. But was there no Jewish character in Peanuts? Huh, Charles Schultz? Schultz. Interesting last name. German.
Isn't Charlie Brown the Jewish one? Isn't he the one? Bad stuff keeps happening to him.
He's the, Is that why he's the Job, and hence he is the Jewish character?
Yeah. It's very biblical.
It's me. Why wasn't Charlie Brown ever voiced like, oh my stomach, I'm Charlie Brown. Oh, that little redhead girl won't speak to me. I'm such a loser.
Who else says good grief?
Good grief. Yeah, that's a classic Jew thing. But what if instead he said Vei Schmier? What if he was constantly using Yiddish aphorisms?
Well, whenever Peanuts becomes public, what's that word? That phrase?
Public domain.
Public domain. Then you can make a Jewish version. You're just gonna have to stay alive 70 more years.
Sure. Oh well, I don't think that long. It's death plus 70. Charles Schultz has been dead for 20 years. So only got 50 years to go, baby, till Jewish Peanuts.
Oh, you might be able to do it. You'll be 85.
Yeah, and I'll be finally the goddamn Semitic Peanuts. Finally, Charlie Brown is wearing a yarmulke, and it looks very prominent on his bald little head. Was he bald? Was Charlie Brown bald, or was those lines on his head to suggest his hairline?
I think he had just a little bit of hair.
And just a little bit. Did he have cancer? Did Charlie Brown have cancer? I'm sure that bit has been done to death. He was bald, so he must have had cancer. Did Caillou have cancer? Is Caillou a cancer baby, and that's why he was acting up all the time?
Seems more like the white supremacist to me than Charlie Brown.
Caillou is more... Why is Caillou a white supremacist? Because he's a Quebecois?
Yeah, I get weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just my xenophobia, but something about Caillou, I'm just it's like a foreign thing, evil, bad mojo.
Caillou would be better if he talked in a ridiculous French-Canadian accent.
Madeline? You know Madeline?
She was always she was stirring shit up.
Madeline is
I don't like
Madeline.
Madeline.
Vichy vibes from Madeline.
Yeah, she's very collaborator vibes from Madeline.
I mean, they make them line up. They make all the girls line up and they're always crying. Also, it says
it's
like
when Me Too happened, Catherine Deneuve came out, and, you know, she was like, oh no, they are just our boys. Do not hurt our boys. And Madeline was also there saying, yes, do not hurt our boys. Do not hurt our stable of boys. They do what they do. This is what men do. Ah. I can't do a Parisian voice.
A lot of stabling. You can't do Parisian? Yeah, it's hard.
How do you do the Parisian accent? I can't do it.
That's pretty good.
Would you like to go see a show? Would you like to go fight an Arab?
I tell you where they do Christmas real nice is over there in Europe.
Sure.
Do you get like the heebie-jeebies, you know, thinking about European Christmas?
Well, because heebie-jeebies is derived from an anti-Semitic statement. Yeah. Yes, I absolutely do.
Because that's like where like the murderous anti-Semitism is like so fervent.
Well, kind of, yeah. That's where it was invented. You know, I like the idea of Kanye going to Europe and going on his anti-Semitism tour, and, you know, seeing all the great sites of anti-Semitism. And
well, yeah, like Poland and Germany and Croatia on Christmas time is a very scary place for Jewish people.
Yeah. That's because that's when the bloodlust. That's when the Christian bloodlust is at its peak.
It's like a blood moon. Like
yeah.
It's really because they're ignoring their pagan rituals that this bloodlust happens. They have to Germans should be ritually self-sacrificing someone like every springtime, and when they don't do that, this bloodlust comes up. It's really not great.
Yeah, that's why you had that coup attempt from all those German royals. You know, the bloodlust was up.
Yeah, I mean, Christianity is really fucking things up for people, for the whole world.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that it does not satiate your inner desire to kill, but rather amplifies it. You know, those mega churches?
So true. Yeah.
They're built on the bodies of hundreds of Jewish people. I'm just going to say that. Every mega church has a foundation with at least 100 Jewish bones in it. You know?
Yeah, well, didn't they export, because the Nazis made these cement blocks with the Jewish bodies in it, and then all of the American megachurches had that exported from Germany.
Yeah, people don't talk. That's the second Operation Paperclip. They don't talk about Paperclip 2 enough.
Yeah, Paperclip 2 construction zone.
Yeah, because Jewish people, we have very special properties. You know, we have mystical properties surrounding us. Especially our bones. You know, if you throw our bones, if you take a couple of Jewish bones and you throw it in a big circle, the directions of them will point to how you get rich, and that's why we're so wealthy as a group of people.
That's one cool trick.
Yeah. One cool financial trick. They say read a book every day. No, just get your hands on some Jewish bones, throw them in a big circle, see which direction they point, and then invest in that.
It's pointing at the fridge. I'm going to invest in some pastrami on rye.
Don't mind if I do. Thank you, Jewish bones. Yeah.
Yummy.
Well, that's the least Jewish sandwich imaginable is pastrami on white bread with mayonnaise.
One thing I like about the holidays is I'm able to stuff my fucking mouth with food. And I hope that works out for me. It hasn't always been working out lately. Sad.
Can't yell at your family when your mouth is full of ham.
Yeah,
that's not true. I've yelled at my family with my mouth full of ham.
What I really mainly want is chocolate pies and things like that. You know, I'm really into the chocolate pies.
Choco pies?
Different kinds of chocolate pies.
Okay.
That's what I want for Christmas.
What about a nice treacly pecan pie?
Yeah, I would probably like that too. That's a good idea, but it can be hard with allergies and such.
You're right, man. Nuts. Nuts to that, I say. Look.
What are you looking forward to do today on Christmas, which it is? Today is Christmas.
Today is Christmas. I'm going to spend it with the Catholic side of my family, and we are going to engage in the traditional Catholic singing of weird songs, like, "Oh Christ, my asshole, Come into my asshole. You know, that's a classic Catholic hymn. Beautiful lyrics. Hard to understand what they mean, but, you know, they were written in the 12th century, so...
Yeah, I like how they use the sort of descending notes when you're going into the asshole, and then
Yeah. Come into... You can't interpret that literally, though. You're not literally coming into an asshole. You know, the asshole is the heart of Christ.
But the nice descending, like, they do that a lot in those 12th century hymns. Like, you know, the music will try to follow as much as it can the action of the story.
Right, yeah. And as you're going into an asshole, it is a descent. Unless, you know, you're doing it reverse cowgirl style. But, you know, who does that? You know? Who ascends into an asshole, ascending into the crevasse. You know, you don't ascend into a crevasse. Is it still
cowgirl when it's two dudes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't change. Reverse cowboy, that's fucking gay. No. that would be fucking gay.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool if there's two homophobic guys having that kind of butt sex and being homophobic while doing it. Like, being like, don't call it reverse cowboy.
Reverse cowgirl.
This is heterosexual sex.
I don't want to be the cowgirl. You are the cowgirl. No, you are the cowgirl. But they're getting much harder when accusing each other of being the cowgirl.
Is that funny? Is that considered funny or offensive to... What is that? I can't identify that.
Jokes about the gays, are they funny or offensive?
We should do a
new interview.
Can we do a YouTube video where we dive into some of these questions?
Do a YouTube video. What do we get? Let's talk about different minorities and jokes about it. Jokes about the blacks.
Yeah.
Funny or offensive? Jokes about the Chinese. Funny or offensive?
Well, we can use the rule of if there's more of them, then you get a point in your favor, okay? Because they outnumber you.
So, So are we doing it country by country or continent by continent?
Oh, well, I guess we'd...
Because I'm in Canada, you know, I can make jokes about a lot of people if we're doing it country by country.
You can make the most jokes about Canadian people, right? You can make almost an infinite amount of jokes.
Yeah, especially Indigenous Canadians, you know, because I'm from here, so it's okay for me to make jokes about them.
That's not what I meant.
Yes, it's exactly what you meant. It's perfectly okay because I was born here. You know, this is my land. You know, so it's very okay for me to make jokes at the expense of Indigenous people.
That's not what I meant. You can't. You're putting words in my mouth.
You were telling me all of your goddamn wigwam puns. You know, all of your offensive, you know, brutal jokes about wigwams.
You're putting tobacco in my pipe, man. You're putting arrows in my bow before I can shoot them.
Look, now who's being offensive to Indigenous people, you know?
You ever watch Dances with Wolves? Are you a true scholar of Native America? You ever watch Dances with Wolves? Because that's how that's how you get the PhD to be a scholar of Native Americans. Is you sit through 3 hours of Dances with Wolves? Have you done the work, sir?
Vincent Gallo isn't indigenous, but like the indigenous people, he uses every part of the buffalo. So that's I feel akin to that because I like Vincent Gallo movies.
No, you don't.
I don't really like. I don't actually like. No, Buffalo 66 is a genuinely good movie. The Brown Bunny is sort of weird.
House of Decline does not endorse Vincent Gallo or his rapey methods.
Methods are rapey.
We don't like the rapey filmmakers. Boo. Boo. Shame.
I don't know. There's a few some rapey film like Roman Polanski. Good Roman Polanski movies.
We like Werner Herzog because he crushed.
He only killed people.
He crushed those people with a boat. Is that what happened? Did he crush them with the boat?
No. I don't think people were crushed, but people died from.
It's too heavy.
From other. Yeah. You should have been stronger. Yes, we are making a movie over here. It is fine for me to kill as many indigenous people as I want. And look at here, I have my friend Klaus Kinski, the rapist. The child rapist. Yeah. No, that's okay. Who could have told? Who among us would have been able to figure out that Klaus Kinski was a child rapist? You know?
Is that true?
Yes, he raped his daughter. He's like, Klaus Kinski is one of the most evil men to have ever had a movie career.
Why do they keep casting him?
I don't. Well, they didn't know that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they did. I wouldn't put it past Werner Herzog either. But yeah, Klaus Kinski, bad dude.
Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Werner Herzog's a bad dude. Then
I don't know. I don't think
this is like our most like ongoing debate on this show is
Werner Herzog a bad dude?
Is Werner Herzog a bad dude for overseeing a project in which people died?
Well, I think this is something that does sort of I think is because in film circles everyone clowns John Landis because his movies, you know, he doesn't have as many good or substantial movies as Werner Herzog. You know, his best movie is like Animal House or The Blues Brothers, both of which are fine, but are sort of disjointed and nonsensical. And I can't really imagine anyone having like a spiritual experience to The Blues Brothers or Animal House. Maybe Blues Brothers. It has a lot of good music in Blues Brothers. I disagree
with your analysis of American culture.
That's true.
You would get punched in the mouth for what you just said at many bars across America. If you were to diss the Blues Brothers and Animal House, you would get punched in the fucking mouth, dude.
I like the idea of like someone watching Animal House and like having the same experience as like watching a Michael Haneke movie. They're just, you know, wrapped with attention and deep in thought.
You get wrapped with attention watching Haneke movies?
Well, you know, if I were a better film person.
You're one sick puppy. You're one sick
There's only one like fucked up Hanukkah movie, Michael Haneke movie.
You calling them Hanukkah movies?
Hanukkah movies.
8 Days of Hanukkah.
8 Days of Hanukkah. Yeah.
You watch.
I watch all the Hanukkah movies.
On the last day of
yeah.
Hanukkah, we watch Funny Games.
8 Crazy Nights.
And on the 7th day of Hanukkah, we watch Funny Games German version.
Woo! Funny Games. Those are the only like gross, disgusting Hanukkah movies, and he made them specifically to make you feel bad about watching movies.
No, all of his movies are like that. Seriously, all of his other movies are like how awful.
Amour is like that.
Like how awful racism is in France. There's like that whole movie about that.
Yeah. But Funny Games is the only one that's like an Eli Roth movie.
Well, yeah, that's the only one. There's like blood and shit, but all of his other movies are just like the one with the family that like lives in the basement.
Yeah, they're feel bad movies. They're good feel bad movies.
Well, right. That's why it's funny that you watch them all on Hanukkah.
Right, because you're not supposed to feel bad about Hanukkah. That was the time when we saved a lot on oil.
Hanukkah celebrates the birth of Jesus, right?
Yeah, it's because Jesus was born over the course of 8 days, long labor.
8-day labor.
8-day labor, yeah. No good.
That's what they taught me at Catholic school. They were like, okay, so every religion celebrates the birth of Jesus a little bit differently.
Well, it's... Does Islam have... Because I know Islam sees Christ as a prophet, but I don't know if they have any acknowledgement of his birth.
Islam sees Christ as like a competing rapper on a different label.
Yeah, he got iced like Pac. Yeah. Who killed Jesus?
If you want to hear more of our show, you can go to patreon.com/House of Decline and subscribe for $5 and get an extra bonus show every week. Hope you have a very wonderful secular Christmas. Eating Chinese food, probably most of you who are listening. And a wonderful new year as we enter 2023 in 6 days from now. So,
But there will be another episode in between then.
Yeah, Ebenezer Stevens signing out.
And it's me, Bob Catchit. What am I catching? Herpes!
Here comes Santa Claus, 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 here comes Santa Claus.